If you lawyers were smart, Gebhardt, you'd write out these wills in Chinese, and then nobody could understand them.
Well, if there's anything that's not clear to you, Mr. Herrick...
No, I ain't that old. I can still see through your whereas and to wits. Yes, you rewrote it just the way I told you. I never should have appointed that nephew of mine as Jess's guardian in the first place. I don't know how I could have been so wrong.
Mr. Herrick, I don't usually like to interfere in my client's business.
I'm glad to hear that, because I hate to be interfered with.
Aren't you being just a little stubborn? After all, Paul Redmond is part of your family. Blood of your blood.
You know, Gebhardt, I don't think you've quite got the picture yet. After some of the things I've heard lately, I wouldn't trust that nephew of mine to saddle my horse, much less take charge of this ranch.
It's just rumor, gossip.
Well, I'm not taking any chances. If I happen to die before Jesse's 21, I want to be sure that he's in good hands. I want to know that this ranch of mine is coming down to my son in one piece.
Supposing your friend in Phoenix doesn't like the idea of handling a boy as wild as Jesse.
There's nothing wrong with Jesse that little grown-up won't cure. Sure, he's got spirit. Same kind of spirit I had when I was his age. Me and Jesse understand each other.
You'd never know it the way you two fight.
Well, that doesn't mean a thing. Sounds loud because we're both stubborn. Both want our own way. Like me changing my will on a minute's notice. Seems to me you've been awfully interested in the time of day ever since you got here. You expecting company?
Company? No, why should I?
Sounds like we're going to have some pretty soon.
Who is it?
You'll see soon enough.
Well, Mr. Redmond, this is a surprise.
I was kind of expecting a visit from you pretty soon.
Is this the way to greet your favorite nephew, Uncle?
It's the way I greet anybody that walks into my house without knocking.
The truth is, I've been a little upset. I heard you changed your will.
You heard right, as Gebhardt here can tell you.
I came out to find out why.
Get out of this house.
I think you ought to reconsider, Uncle.
I told you to get out, and I meant it.
Please, gentlemen.
I asked you to reconsider. I asked you very politely.
Why, you crazy?
That was a smart thing to do.
You didn't approve.
I thought you were just going to talk to him.
I tried.
Come on, let's get out of here.
You have the new will?
Oh, it's in the wall safe. I don't have the combination.
Neither do I.
Well, suppose the will's found. By its terms, you don't get anything.
Well, it won't be. You're Herrick's lawyer, aren't you? You can figure out some way to break into the safe legally.
Yes. Yeah, I suppose so.
You've still got the old will?
My office.
Good. Well, I guess that takes care of about everything here.
Well, come on, let's get out of here. Someone might have heard that shot.
Oh, just one little detail to take care of you. There. All right, Gebhardt.
Dad?
Bad business is right. Everybody liked old Jim.
And nobody likes Jesse. Is that the point, Sheriff?
Now, Miss Penny, I got my job to do. Herrick's foreman saw Jesse standing over his dad with the gun in his hand. And everybody knew how they scrapped like cats and dogs.
Yeah, but neither one of them meant it. Jesse was crazy about Mr. Herrick.
I'm inclined to agree with Clipper, Sheriff. Jesse's all bark. Underneath, he's a good youngster. I can't see him killing anybody. I don't think you can either.
Well, maybe I can. Maybe that's why I came to you. But this thing's got me all running in circles, Sky. It's all cut and dry, yet there's something wrong with it.
What about Jim's nephew?
Paul Redmond? Playing poker last night at Chadwick. 5 witnesses swear that he was with them when Jim was shot.
Witnesses can be bribed.
Now, Miss Penny.
There's the field. Tell Jesse we're both pulling for him, will you, Sky?
Well, there you are, Sheriff. We were just looking for you.
Yeah?
Hello, King.
Redmond?
I want to know why I can't see my cousin.
Yes, as Jesse Herrick's lawyer, I demand the right to see him.
They told her she wouldn't allow him to see anyone.
That's right.
After all, this isn't the Middle Ages. Mr. Redmond is Jesse's legal guardian now.
You'll see him when I say you can, and not before. Come on, Sky.
That two-bit sheriff.
Why do you suppose Sky King is interested in Jesse?
I don't know. I don't like it.
You're a warrior, Gebhardt. But just to play safe. Mac, there's something I want you to do for me.
Got a visitor for you, Jesse.
Hello, Jesse.
They sent you here to make me confess, Mr. King. You'd forget it.
Nobody sent me here, Jesse. I want to help you.
Help me. That's a laugh.
Jesse, I've known you all your life. I knew your dad before you were born. And I know you couldn't have done a thing like this. But if we're going to find the real murderer, we've got to have your help.
Everyone says I'm the real murderer.
Then everyone's wrong. Did you see or hear anything out of the ordinary?
No, nothing except the cars I heard driving away from the ranch just before I found Dad.
The cars?
Yeah, there were 2 of them. At least I think there were 2 of them. Of course, I couldn't be sure. I told the sheriff about hearing them.
Do you think you could identify them?
No, I'm afraid I couldn't. I didn't see him or who was in him for that matter. It was awful dark. I just heard him drive off.
He told me a lot of things, Sky. Maybe he told me about the cars.
You weren't interested in anything except a gun with my fingerprints on it.
Are you sure you wouldn't know either one of the cars if you saw them again?
No, it was awful dark. I only heard him drive off.
Isn't there anything, Jesse, that you might have heard or seen? Anything at all that might help us?
No, not last night.
What do you mean, not last night?
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I heard Dad say something about changing his will.
Go on.
Well, that's all. I don't know if he did anything about it or not. I think he heard something about my cousin Paul.
That lawyer said Paul was Jesse's legal guardian now. If Paul had heard that Jim was making out a new will...
How do we know this kid's even telling the truth? Those are pretty serious charges.
You know he's telling the truth as well as I do, Sheriff. Paul Redmond's not the kind to let a ranch as rich as Jim Herrick slip through his fingers.
But I can't arrest Paul without any evidence.
That's right, you can't. So we'll get evidence.
You got a plan?
I think so, Jesse. It'll be risky, but supposing Paul knew that you had seen the murder car. I think he'd want to have a little talk with you.
He couldn't have much of a talk here in a jail cell.
That's right, but if I got out, if I escaped...
Not out of my jail, you won't.
Please, Mr. King. Once I got out, he'd have to come to me to find out how much I know. When he did that, you and the sheriff could be there listening.
You could come out to the ranch. Then after a day or so...
Wait a minute, Sky. Have you gone plumb loco? Supposing this kid starts to light out for places unknown. Where does that leave me? Or you?
He won't run out, Sheriff. I'll take full responsibility for him.
What do you want me to do first?
Well, when you come out, I'll have Clipper waiting for you at 12 o'clock. He can use the sheriff's car.
My car?
That's right. Clipper will take you out to my ranch, the Flying Crown. I'll join you there later.
Where are you going now?
I'm going over to your dad's place and have a look around. He may have made out a new will before he died. If he did, there's Paul's motive. This would have to be pretty dangerous, son. You sure you want to go through with it?
It was my dad that was killed, Mr. King.
I'll see you at the Flying Crown.
You better, because if he ain't there, he'll be there.
I see. All right, Mac. I want you to stay with King. Get out to the Herrick Ranch as soon as you can. I don't want him to get that will, Mac.
I told you I hated to see King mixed up in this.
We'd have been all right if you hadn't let the old man put the will in the safe.
What could I do? You weren't there.
Shut up.
After all, you told me. Shut up.
So Jesse's planning on breaking jail. Not a bad plan.
What time you got here, Sheriff?
Well, I sure hope Sky knows what he's doing.
You better give me your gun.
Imagine, the sheriff of Grover County overpowered by a young kid. Why, I'll be the laughing stock of the whole state.
All right, now. Call your deputy.
Oh, Charlie! Charlie, come here! Charlie!
All right, reach. Drop your gun in the corner if the sheriff gets it. All right, now get in here. Hurry up.
You'll never get away with this, son.
I am getting away with it, Sheriff. Right on time. Let's get out of here.
All right, let's get him.
Sky, it's after 12.
Yes, by now, Jesse should have made his escape from the sheriff's office.
You do think that everything's all right? I mean, Clipper and Jesse are probably on their way to the Flying Crown now, aren't they?
I'm sure they are, Penny. There's no reason why everything shouldn't have gone off just as planned.
I guess so, but
What is this? Woman's intuition again?
no, but... Well, I've always been around to see that Clipper's safe.
Clipper thinks he protects you.
Women let men think that. It makes them feel important.
Oh, I don't know. I found your brother pretty well able to take care of himself in almost any emergency.
I suppose you're right. Clipper should be able to take care of himself.
There's the Herrick Ranch, Penny.
That looks like a good place to land.
Right, Penny. You want to take her in?
May I?
I don't see any reason why not. It's good practice for you.
Wheels down.
Wheels down. And locked. Well, I couldn't find anything to criticize about that landing.
Where do you think the will would be?
We'll take a look in Jim's den first. Penny, you look over there.
Sky, look at this.
49, 18, 80, 29.
Well, this looks like the combination of Jim's safe. Good work, Penny.